Good day, everyone. We are now in part 4, which is an event evaluation. So, when we say event evaluation, it is a process of critically observing, measuring, and monitoring the implementation of an event in order to assess its outcome accurately. It enabled the creation of an event profile that outlined the basic feature of an important statistic of an event. It also enabled feedback to provide the event stakeholder and play an important role in the event management process by providing the tools for analysis and improvement. So when we say evaluation, it is a continuous process of checking and rechecking, measuring and remeasuring, and assessing and reassessing of a result achieved through the process. Considering an event as an investment, the event manager must be able to assess the cost incurred in the event and the return of investment. So that's it, the evaluation of an event. So let's tackle what is, so in the event evaluation we have what we call the quantitative and qualitative techniques. So first, the quantitative techniques. When we say quantitative, it's all about the numbers or the total of the event happen. First is break even. This is the point where your expenses equal your revenues. It means that your revenues only covered for the expenses you incurred, but you did not incur any losses, neither did you receive any revenues. Here are some guidelines about it. First, if ticket price is determining factor for those who may want to attend your concert, you may choose to keep your ticket price lower and build enough attendance to provide the amount of fund needed. Second, make it an by invitation only event by pricing the ticket higher. This may cover your expenses while maintaining the exclusivity of an event. Lastly is the increasing your selling price will lower your break-even amount. So here is the formula of the break-even break-even. So we have break-even is equals to fixed cost over or divided by the price minus the value cost. So that's all about the break even. So next is the variance analysis. A variance a variance is the difference between the actual and standard amount. If there is no standard you can use, the variance will be the difference between the actual versus your budgeted amount. Here the formula about the variance. So variance is equals the actual amount minus the budgeted amount. A variance is favorable if the actual is less than the budget amount. It is unfavorable if the amount is more than your budget. Accountants monitor variance in direct labor, direct material, and manufacturing overhead costs. For events, you can review any possible variance in your expenses and revenue list. So that all about the variance analysis. So in quantitative techniques, we have the break even and the variance analysis.
So good day everyone, my name is Mark James Victoriano and the topic that I sent to you is all about qualitative research or qualitative techniques. So there are 6 types of qualitative techniques: the Phillips model, the ROI or the return on investment, the return on objectives or the ROO, the fourth is survey, and the fifth is focus group discussing or the FGO, and the last one is observation. So let's start with the Phillips model. So, Dr. Jack J. Phillips, chairman of ROI Institute or the Return on Investment Institute, is world-renowned expert on accountability, measurement, and evaluation. So, Philips provides consulting services for Fortune 500 companies and major global organizations. And the author or editor of more than 75 books, he conducts workshops and presents at conferences throughout the world. Using six factors, the model quantifies the intangible and measurable dollar amounts. Reaction, satisfaction, and planned action is the first factors. As asking a question, how was the meeting received and what will happen as a result? And the second one is learning. How will the oh what they learn from it and will change their participant. And the third one is application implementation. How will they apply what they learn to their jobs? And the business impact is how will implementation affects the organization. And the fifth one, what is the monetary value of the impact? And the last one is the intangibles. If the impact cannot be converted to a monetary value, what are the intangible the benefits? And the second qualitative techniques is all about ROI measurement of intangible objectives. So, ano nga ba ang meaning ng ROI? ROI is return on investment. It is a mathematical formula that investor can use to evaluate their investment and judge how well a particular investment has performed compared to others. So, ROI calculation is sometimes used with other approaches to develop a business case for a given proposal. And Marcia Canor proposed another formula to measure intangible, which is total benefits are defined as savings or anything else that adds to the bottom line, while total cost include all costs related to the program, making it more inclusive than the basic approach. And the third qualitative techniques is return on objectives or the ROO. Looks in the cost benefits impact or hosting, attending, or participating in an event. So, ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng ROO? Refers to use of finance sales metrics to gauge the impact of marketing activity. Focuses on defining and achieving specific measurable objectives. It is used basic management approach which can be applied to almost every aspect of business and has been around for almost half of a country. So, according to Silver's 2004, the main objective is to measure success beyond numbers. The actual return received by the attendee, participants, or client must be factored in. Thus, she recommended that ito daw po na recommends ng return on objectives of the ROO. First, for training meetings and conferences, achievements of learning outcomes, changes behavior, and development of strategies would likely be measure of success. Second, for conventions and exhibitions, walk-away value, examples, new ideas and tactics, and acquisition of contacts, example is networking and sales leads, are often indicators of success. The third one is for festival and other planned public events, levels of enjoyment and participation as well as various of social and environment criteria might be sign of success. The fourth one is all about for focus related and fundraising events, increase awareness and endorsement may be more than important that amount of money raised. And the fifth one, for life cycle celebrations such as weddings, emotional impact, the fears of joys in the father of the brides. Fourth qualitative techniques all about survey. It is used to collect information about people, behavior, practices, and perception. Then the data is analyzed and interpreted. The fifth qualitative techniques is all about focus group discussing, or the FGO. Um, in an FGO, or FGD rather, a facilitator guides the group how a series questions. These are designed to prove that respondents for more details about the topic is being discussed. And the sixth qualitative techniques is all about observation. The research can either be an active participants in activity or passive observer. Calderon and Gonzalez, 2014, emphasized the observation is a superior techniques of collecting information from non-verbal behavior. In trends, there are types of trends, which is the first, online survey. So, online survey, instead of paper-based questionnaire, and stakeholders are sent an email requesting for their feedback. The timing of an email is important to ensure that respondents still remember their experience at the event. The second one is the Google Analytics. Analyzing the data has never before been so far inconvenient, so you can now use Google Analytics to discover which online campaigns are influencing registration and being discussed on social medias, and track the movements of attendees. And the last one is the big data. Big data is analytic is fast becoming the norm when measuring event success. However, the use and interruption of information must be aligned with your event objectives. So, analysis must be done across all phases of an event to provide real-time guidance for decision making, and moreover, this provides lesson learned for all event stakeholders. That is the six types of qualitative techniques. Thank you so much guys for listening.